So back on the Donald Trump has gone bat crap crazy over the past 24 hours. Now, I can come up with look, there's two answers to all of this, right? He's completely crazy. Because I can understand why he's attacking Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, because bigotry against people of color, bigotry against women, bigotry against Muslims, that is an actual currency within the Republican Party. That is not to say that that doesn't exist outside the Republican Party, but within the context of the Republican Party, it is the primary motivating factor upon which Republicans vote. That's just undeniable. The statistics are there. It used to be, including homophobia. Up until, 2004 was the last major presidential election where a hatred of gay people and a disdain for the idea that there could be marriage equality drove people. But now the Republicans are just relying on race and on anti-Muslim bigotry, and
transphobia is in play as well.
Transphobia is in play. That's true. It doesn't, Donald Trump is not, he's just actually, he doesn't get rhetorical as much about it as probably would satisfy them, but he's certainly done plenty to hurt their protections and, in terms of the military and whatnot. But yes, I would say transphobia. Those four things cover easily 80% of the Republican voting base in terms of you want to motivate them out. I mean, I think that's, I think there's, it's not hard to find the statistics on that.
Abortion would be in there too.
Abortion's in there as well.
Rich people.
Yeah, I think that's true, but I think that that doesn't necessarily motivate them to vote in the same way. I mean, if you look at times where there's been depressed Republican turnout, the thing that really motivates them. And so I understand why he's attacking Tlaib and Omar. I think I can come up with a plausible explanation as to why he would say this about Jews, because he wants to make it about Israel and he wants to motivate evangelicals. I may be wrong. He may be just crazy.
He takes their voting personally, too.
Right. But this, in a million years, I can never understand. As you know, I don't even know if we covered it because it was so silly. Donald Trump supposedly was asking his advisors about buying Greenland.
We covered in the context of Kudlow.
Right. Okay. But it was just like a side story. Donald Trump tweeted out this last night. Denmark is a very special country with incredible people, but based on Prime Minister Mette Fredriksen's comments that she would have no interest in discussing the purchase of Greenland, I will be postponing our meeting scheduled in 2 weeks for another time. The Prime Minister was able to save a great deal of expense and effort for both the United States and Denmark by being so direct. I thank her for that and look forward to rescheduling sometime in the future. He is trying to punish the Prime Minister of Denmark for deigning to take his desire to buy Greenland seriously and then saying, yeah, not for sale.
That's how you make a deal.
I guess he thinks there is a constituency in the United States that is saying
the Greenlanders
want to see him tough with the Prime Minister of Denmark. I mean, this is just bat crap crazy. Unless he was just didn't want to go or something, or was having a bad hair week or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not being facetious. It's almost inexplicable.
I read it as he just doesn't want to go and is looking for an excuse.
That's what it could be.
Sell us French Antigua.
Here's
Now.
the Danish Prime Minister if you want to see her response.
Yeah, here's her response to this. Now, isn't she like anti-immigrant a little bit?
Yeah, I think she's
Extremely
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And so you would think natural allies, but I want Greenland.
It is with regret and surprise that I received the news that President Trump has cancelled his state visit to Denmark on the 2nd and 3rd September. I had been looking forward to the visit. Our preparations were well underway. It was an opportunity, I think, to celebrate Denmark's close relationship to US and who remains one of Denmark's closest allies. I was looking forward to having a dialogue on the many shared interests Denmark has with the US. Furthermore, the developments in the Arctic region call for further cooperation between the US and Greenland, Faroe Islands and Denmark. And therefore, I would like to underline our invitation for stronger cooperation on Arctic affairs still stands.
What a bad accent.
I was just going to say, there's no honor among fascistic bigots. That's the problem. It's just, that's the thing, is that there used to be a time back in the old days where you would stick together. You wouldn't do this over a piece of land. You would never do that over a piece of land. Just
You're surprised. I'm
Stunning.
surprised.